Alright guys, so today we're working on a 2005 Honda S2000. I'm basically going to be showing you guys how to remove the starter. It's pretty easy. I have everything off already just to show you guys a lot easier. So first of all, there are two bolts they basically need to remove one that goes to the alternator right here, and the other one that goes up here holds the alternator in. You will have to remove the alternator. It makes things a lot easier. The alternator takes two things: the power cable and this connection, and to get to the starter, it's pretty easy as well. The starter will take one bolt, which would be right here, and then once you remove that, there'll be a small cable, which is this one right there, that clip cable. And then to remove these two bolts that go onto there, you'll need a 14 millimeter like this. I have this 14 millimeter, and I also have the swivel socket. You will also need a long extension, or you can combine extensions, but as you can see, it needs to go all the way back there, and that one's pretty long, and this is a perfect size honestly. But plus the swivel maybe be like right here, but this is not everyone has a long extension like this, so you'll need basically like two of the regular extensions, or maybe three of them. So three regular extensions. These are like 6 inches, I think, but those are the ones that usually come in every set. But yeah, that's it. So now we're just gonna put it in. I figured it would be easier showing you guys how to put it in than taking it out, but this is a new one we got. It's gonna go in through here. I've seen people take them out through here and through the bottom by lifting up the car and removing some stuff down there, but I wiggled it out from here, like straight out like that, just by finessing it a little bit, moving some hoses around and giving it a few turns, and it came in and out. So you don't really have to remove anything else. That's all you really have to do to change the starter. I'll show you guys that right now. Alright, just a quick little update. As you can see, I fed it through the front right here, literally through the front right here, and now it's right there, almost about to be seated. I just gotta do a little bit more of a moving around and adjustments, but just showing you guys that you guys can do it through here. As you can see, I didn't remove any of this right here, so just feed it through right here, move stuff around, and you'll make it. Alright, so you guys might be able to see, but we did seat it down. You can see the bolts are finger tight. That one's kind of loose, but I just stuff like that so I can show you guys. Here's a very long extension with swivel socket. It's gonna go all the way in there. Just screws in like this. Just keep on screwing. I would suggest doing it finger tight, or you just use your hands. Don't use the power thing yet until it goes smooth. And then just repeat the same thing for the top one that it has. It would be like more up here. Alright, so now we just bolt it down, tighten down the actual starter itself, but there's a bolt right there, which you guys can see. That one right there, this one I'm pointing to, that one goes to the main power, basically battery. That one's a 12 millimeter. As you can see, I just attached it on there, and then I just attached it on there right there, and then this boot just goes on top after you tighten it down. And then we're gonna connect the signal one, which should be like the small terminal looking one, which I'll show you guys right now. Alright, so I connected pretty much everything, and then the small connection is right here. So this, see a little terminal right there? Focus. Okay, see a little terminal right here? This terminal, female terminal, it goes right there. Now it should fit snug, because that's what basically triggers the starter. That's what sends the signal to make the starter crank over, so you want to make sure that's secured on there snug. Alright, so now that the clip and the bolts are tightened down over there, what you want to do now is put the alternator back in. So this part right here, the block side, goes down like this between those two, kind of goes wedged in there. But first, make sure we connect the plugs right here in the back. So it should be one plug and then the main battery one. Alright, so we connected the connection back there and the 12mm bolt. It's just a nut actually, it goes sliding down. Then we lined it up on the bottom and you can see it slides even, lines up with that hole right there, and it should just line up with the bottom hole for this bolt right here. It should line up, so it should line up just like this. See, then you just hand tighten it until it starts grabbing the threads, because you do not want to cross thread this. And then same thing with the top. You just wiggle it until it starts catching the threads like it did right there. And then once you get it down to the bottom, then you can officially tighten it down. But you can see it's almost ready. Now we can hit it with the power tool. The one on the bottom too. Where'd it go? Says tight. Top one. Alright, so we just connected everything up, and we connect this up, this hose, and then this box right here needs to be removed. And just goes with one bolt there, and one last bolt over there. And then once you remove those, this whole box comes out, and that's pretty much it. So serpentine belt back on, hoses back on, and that's pretty much it. That's how you change the starter.